cubes, spheres, and block replacement. All new additions to Construkt. Hey everyone, how you all doing? Let's just jump right into it, eh? To start, I made a little alias for the primary command to make typing it easier and quicker. I also made some additions to the main class to make sure that when the plugins were loaded, everything still works. I simply added the players that are already online to my custom player info storage when the plugin is enabled, and removing all the players from the class when it has been disabled. I mean, there's not much happening right now, but soon we'll be moving on to some better things for the actual plugin to be interesting. But before we do, I need to improve the loop I created in the first episode so we are not duplicating the code, and to allow for the addition of any other loops that need to be created in the future. So, I created some new classes to store these in, so they can be called upon later. For now though, we only need fill. Both the sphere and cuboid will only need this loop type. There will be others though, they're just not needed yet. Along with loop classes, I also needed some classes so I could generate different shapes, other than just cuboids. As you saw from the intro, I'll be adding spheres in this video, and a few more in future videos. Some shapes I have planned are hollow cuboid, outlined cuboid, hollow sphere, and overlay. Yeah, I know, overlay isn't a shape, but I called it shape in the planning, so I just stuck with it. I mean, I could have called it a generator, but I didn't, and now I don't think I'll change it. I do have other shapes planned, but I'll keep them a secret for now. You'll see them later. Anyway, once I'd made all the adjustments I needed, I then replaced the existing loops in the block place and break event with my newly created loops. And then when that was done, it was on to testing. So I test the placement, and it's all good. I test the verticality, it still works. And then I test the breaking function, and it's broken again. Well, it's a simple fix, just do what I did last time, and set the block back to air. Yep, that fixed it. Next up, I wanted to add a way to replace blocks. I added a mode in the first video for this, but it's actually not needed, so I deleted it. Instead, it just checks to see if you've placed the block first, since you can only break or place a block to start off with. Then it checks to see if you've broken a block after that, and if you did, you want to replace the blocks in the area. On that topic, I can then add a way to undo an initial block break or place by placing back a broken block or breaking a placed block. And then on we go to test these changes. So first up, the undo functions, and they appear to be working. And next up, I'll just build this little pillar here, and we'll check the replace function. Isn't that cool? Yes. Okay, so now we can move on to actually making the sphere. The sphere will be a lot more complicated than the cuboid, yet still use the same fill loop that I created. I need to add a few more methods in my base shape class, as I will need more information than what the cuboid needs to generate. The cuboid is corner to corner, so they're the only two reference points we need. However, in the sphere generator, the first point is the center of the sphere, and the second point is its radius. So, I'll need to create some new points of reference for the fill loop to use, and that's what I'm creating here. First, it gets the distance of the 2 points, which is the radius of the sphere. Then it uses the distance to make a cube around the whole shape. This is where it will fill in the sphere. Now, since I've changed how it all works, I'll need to update the place and break calls to let the shape handle the loop's locations. I also need to add a way for the player to select what shape they want to use. So here I'm creating some methods in the player info class to change the shape mode. I'm also adding a subcommand to the main construct command, so you can type in what shape you want to use. And finally, let's test it. Alright, let's just see if the command works first. And it does. Alright, let's try a sphere out. And that's not a sphere, that is a cube. So I had the loop condition wrong since I did some changes. So I just fixed that up and try again. Still not a sphere? Let's see if you can figure this out before I did. Yep, offset. Alright, it's looking more like a sphere now. But it still looks a bit wrong, so I made some more changes. And then one last change. And so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Looks like a sphere now, and I think that will do for this video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more. And finally, thanks for watching.